Okay, guys, as you do the little assessment today that I gave you while I'm gone, I want to give you another video here to remind you of something that we practiced earlier this week. Let's talk about it. So I give you this problem here. Notice we have this polynomial here, and we're dividing it by x minus 3, because remember, in algebra, fractions mean divide. Now, for most of you, I recommend you use a synthetic method. What does that mean? I'm just going to take the numbers in front, the 2, the minus 11, the 22, the minus 31, and a 30. And I'm going to leave a little gap underneath, put my little hockey stick, as I like to call it there. And you have to remember, if I'm dividing by x minus 3, I need to divide actually synthetically by positive 3, because we want to know or use its 0. Okay? So what makes x minus 3 0 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So if you put a negative here, guys, I guarantee it will be wrong, okay? So make sure you understand you're going to be using the 0. So that being said, I'm going to bring down the 2. It's that simple. Whatever is the first number, guys, you bring it down. Now what we're going to do is multiply here. What's 3 times 2? 6. We bring it up to our next slot. We're now going to add these together. What is 6 minus 11? That's negative 5. Again, I'm going to take this negative 5 times it with the 3. That's negative 15. Bring it up to the next slot. And that's synthetic division, right? 22 minus 15 is 7. I'm going to take this 7, and again, I'm going to times it with my 3 there. That's 21. What is 21 minus 31? Well, that's a negative 10. By the way, guys, please use a calculator along the way if you need to do, because you guys know, some of you are struggling with the integers. Use a calculator, please. Don't make a silly mistake and get the rest of the problem wrong. So now that I have negative 10 here, again, I'm going to times that by the 3, negative 30. Sorry about that. Bring it up there. And what is 30 minus 30? 0. Oh, this is a special case, guys. We got a 0. That's a 0 remainder. What that means is the rest of this, guys, is the actual complete answer. So now, where do we go from here is, guys, notice it started out as a x4. That's the highest power, right? When we divide by this x minus 3, you have to understand it's going to knock it down 1 unit on the exponent. So 4 becomes a 3. So this right here is a 3. So my answer is going to be 2x to the 3, or x cubed. This minus 5 is going to be minus 5x squared. Remember, guys, this is standard form. Just count down in order. The 7 is going to be my 7x, and this minus 10 is going to be my ending constant. But there is no remainder, so there is no fraction. This is, in essence, the complete answer. Okay? So when you come across this, this is problem 7 and 8, I believe, in my little topic assessment. Just use synthetic division. Now, what I'm going to do now is, this is where, after I'm done talking, guys, you can stop the video, okay? But if you're interested on how to do long division, and if you're an IM3, you need to know long division, please keep watching the video. If you're an IM2, of course, just learn your synthetic. Practice your synthetic. You'll be fine, okay? But IM3, let's continue the video. So what we're going to do now, guys. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do now is learn long division. Sorry if there's a little hiccup in my video. I paused it a little too early there. But I wanted to set up the problem. So let's just make sure we have a division problem here, because fractions mean divide. And this is how we normally set up division all the way back in elementary school, right? So let's get started. So what are we going to do first? Well, I notice I have a 2x4 here. And I know when I divide that by x, 2x4 divided by x is going to be 2x cubed, 2x3, right? That's a 3 there, guys. So that's what I'm going to times my divisor by. So 2x3 times x is 2x4. 2x3 times this minus 3 is minus 6x3. Now comes a big step, guys. We got a minus. Distributing the minus, this becomes a plus 6. So notice the 2 minus 2 is 0. The negative 11 here, plus 6. Remember, this became a plus 6 here now. Is minus 5x cubed. Bring down the next term, and we start over again. Now this time I have a negative 5x3 that I'm dividing by this x. So what is negative 5x3 divided by x? Well, 3 minus 1 is x2, so I'm going to do a minus 5x squared. So let's do our distributive property here. This times the x is minus 5x cubed. This times this minus 3 is a plus 15x squared. Don't forget a negative times a negative is a positive. Here comes a big step, guys. When we minus, this becomes a plus. This becomes a minus or negative, right? I distributed my minus. Notice here I have 5 minus 5. That means x3's cancel out. Here I have 22 minus 15 is 7x squared. I now bring down my minus 31x. And I hope you agree, I'm going to now do a plus 5x, because that times x is 7x squared. In other words, what's 7x squared divided by x? Well, that's just 7x. And 7x times this minus 3 is minus 21x. When I minus, this minus 21 becomes a plus, right? And right here, I got 7 minus 7, 0. No more x squareds. Minus 31 and 21 is negative 10x. I now bring down my 30. This time, I have a negative 10x, right? And if I'm trying to divide by an x term, you could see the x's cancel, so I know I'm going to do a negative 10 here. So now let's do it. Negative 10 times this x is negative 10x. Negative 10 times this negative 3 is plus 30. Notice again, guys, when I minus, that becomes a plus, that becomes a minus, and 10 minus 10 is 0. 30 minus 30 is a 0. So we got, again, a 0 remainder. And notice, if you look at the top, I have exactly the same answer as what I have here. 2x cubed minus 5x squared, 7x minus 10. And so, guys, that's how you do long division. If you're an IM3, you need to know how to do long division, not just synthetic and vice versa. You need to know both methods, okay? If you're an IM2, just make sure you kind of know the synthetic pretty well. It's just an enrichment exercise for you after all, okay? Anyways, guys, I hope this video helps you, and I will see you soon in class.